The man lived in a state of profound ignorance, believing that time was a commodity, a resource he could hoard or squander at his leisure without any consequence or cost. Each morning, a mysterious, unmarked envelope appeared at his doorstep, bearing the simple, haunting decree, "You have been given 1 day." He stared at the parchment with a cold indifference. Blinded by the comforts of his mundane existence, he dismissed these warnings as mere trivialities. He was convinced that his life was an infinite resource rather than a borrowed gift. He moved through his hours with reckless apathy, filling his days with trivial, hollow pursuits, activities that carried no weight, no meaning, and no lasting impact on his weary soul. He spent his mornings watching shadows stretch across the floor, ignoring the ticking of clocks. His afternoons were lost in a haze of aimless wandering through the quiet, dusty streets. He never paused to consider the source of the envelopes or the weight of words. As the sun set each evening, the day was reclaimed by the unseen, silent authority. The light faded from the sky, leaving the man feeling emptier than he was before. He remained trapped in a cycle of distraction, a prisoner of his own shallow desires. He failed to realize that his life was not being lost in one grand tragedy, but rather through the quiet, steady erosion of neglected purpose and his many disobedient mornings. The man poured another cup of coffee, his eyes glazed over with a familiar boredom. He did not see the golden light of the sun as a rare, fleeting miracle. Instead, he saw it as a backdrop for his own self-indulgent and meaningless daily routine. The envelope sat on the table, a stark white reminder of a truth he ignored. He crumpled the paper into a ball and tossed it carelessly into the trash bin. He believed that tomorrow would always arrive with the same predictability as the rising sun. He walked through his house, touching objects that held no significance to his true spirit. The walls seemed to close in, yet he remained oblivious to the passage of time. He sought comfort in silence, but the silence only deepened the void within his heart. He was a man drifting on a sea of hours, lacking a rudder or compass. Every decision he made was rooted in the immediate, ignoring the horizon of his life. He felt no urgency, no hunger for growth, and no desire to seek deeper meaning. The world outside his window continued its vibrant dance, yet he remained perfectly, tragically still. He was a ghost in his own life, haunting the rooms of a house forgotten. The evening air grew cold, signaling the end of another day he had simply wasted. He watched the stars emerge, feeling nothing but a dull, persistent ache of profound exhaustion. He did not understand that each day was a vessel waiting to be filled well. He was content to let the vessel remain empty, drifting toward an inevitable, dark shore. The cycle repeated, a relentless rhythm of neglect that defined his very existence every day. He slept soundly, unaware that the clock was counting down his final, precious, borrowed moments. The morning light would return, but he would not change his path or his mind. He was lost in the comfort of his ignorance, a man asleep while life passed. The decree was a gift he refused to open, a treasure he chose to discard. He lived for the moment, but he did not truly live in the moment itself. The dust motes danced in the light, mocking his stillness with their frantic, brief motion. He sat in his armchair, watching the world through a glass darkly, detached, and cold. The ticking of the grandfather clock became a heartbeat he refused to acknowledge or match. He let the hours slip through his fingers like dry sand in a desert wind. No ambition stirred within his chest. No fire ignited the embers of his dormant soul. He was a vessel of potential, yet he remained stubbornly, willfully anchored in his apathy. The envelope appeared again, a white flag of surrender he refused to even acknowledge. He turned his back on the door, choosing the shadows over the light of truth. The day stretched out before him, a vast canvas he refused to paint with purpose. He found solace in the repetition of his failures, a comfort in the mundane decay. The world moved forward with purpose, but he remained stuck in a static loop. He ignored the call of the morning, preferring the heavy, suffocating blanket of his sleep. The decree was a silent witness to his slow, steady decline into absolute, quiet insignificance. He was a man who owned nothing, yet he acted as if he owned time. The irony escaped him, hidden behind the thick veil of his own persistent, deep pride. He watched the sun climb to its zenith, yet he remained in the cool shade. The opportunities of the day withered like cut flowers left in a dry, empty vase. He was a master of nothing, a servant to his own lack of divine vision. The day began to wane, the light turning to a bruised, deep purple at dusk. He closed his eyes, ready to discard another day, unaware of the finality approaching him. The cycle of empty days finally broke when the man ceased his questioning of the dawn. He accepted the mysterious envelope with a heavy, awakened heart, feeling the weight of the paper. He realized the decree was not a limitation, but a sacred assignment from the Most High. This shift in perspective transformed his existence, turning his mundane routine into a path of light. He began to rise with intentionality, greeting the morning sun as a partner in his work. Moving with a newfound discipline, he guarded his hours as if they were rare, precious relics. Every tick of the clock became a deliberate choice, a heartbeat of purpose in the silence. He understood that he was not waiting for purpose to arrive from some distant, unknown horizon. Instead, he was already living within the very fabric of it, woven into his daily life. The realization that he was not guaranteed a tomorrow forced him to confront his own mortality. He saw clearly that every action serves as a lasting testimony of his own humble stewardship. Now, he lives as one under divine assignment, fully aware of the gravity of his time. The account of his life is being written one day at a time, page by page. He chooses to honor the gift of existence rather than waste it on trivial, hollow pursuits. The man stands at his window, watching the world awaken with a clear and focused mind. He no longer fears the setting sun, for he has filled the light with meaningful labor. The envelope lies on his table, a reminder of the grace that sustains his every breath. He walks through his home, touching objects with a sense of gratitude and deep, quiet reverence. Each task, no matter how small, is performed with the precision of a master craftsman today. He finds beauty in the mundane, seeing the divine hidden in the texture of ordinary things. The erosion of his purpose has stopped, replaced by the steady construction of a legacy built. He breathes in the cool morning air, feeling the vitality of a life reclaimed from apathy. His hands move with purpose, tending to his duties as if they were sacred, holy offerings. The man knows that his stewardship is the ultimate measure of the time he is granted. He smiles at the horizon, ready to embrace the challenges that the new day will bring. The fear of the unknown has vanished, replaced by the steady confidence of a soul aligned. He is no longer a prisoner of distraction, but a guardian of his own fleeting hours. Every moment is a gift, polished and refined by his commitment to live with true intent. He reflects on the emptiness of his past, seeing it as a necessary shadow before light. The man is at peace, knowing he is exactly where he's meant to be today. He steps outside, his stride purposeful, his eyes wide open to the world around him now. The world seems brighter, clearer, as if the veil of ignorance has finally been torn away. He notices the intricate patterns of leaves and the soft hum of the waking city streets. He greets his neighbors with genuine warmth, offering words that carry weight and sincere, deep kindness. The man understands that his presence is a contribution to the tapestry of the entire world. He works with diligence, knowing that his efforts are part of a much larger, grander design. The decree is no longer a haunting warning, but a gentle, guiding light for his soul. He cherishes the quiet moments, finding strength in the stillness of his own focused, calm heart. The man has learned that life is not a commodity to hoard, but a gift shared. He is a steward of the present, holding his day with gentle, firm, and steady hands. As the afternoon wanes, he maintains his focus, refusing to let the shadows dim his resolve. He is fully present, engaged in the work of living with a heart that is full. The man knows that the evening will come, but he greets it with a satisfied spirit. He has done what was required, and he has found joy in the simple, honest labor. The sun begins to dip below the horizon, painting the sky in shades of deep gold. He watches the colors shift, feeling the rhythm of the universe beating in his own chest. He has honored the decree, and in doing so, he has honored the life he holds. The man closes his eyes for a moment, offering a silent prayer of thanks for today. He is ready for the rest that comes, knowing he has lived with total, complete integrity. The day is reclaimed, but he is not emptier, for he is filled with deep peace. He has traded his ignorance for wisdom and his apathy for a life of purpose now. The man rests his head, content in the knowledge that he has fulfilled his sacred duty. Tomorrow is a mystery, but he is prepared to meet it with the same steady heart. The cycle continues, but he is no longer trapped, for he is a willing, active participant. He drifts into sleep, his mind clear, his conscience light, and his spirit entirely at rest. The darkness is not a void, but a quiet space where his soul can find renewal. He knows that when he wakes, he will receive the gift of one more day again. He will rise with the same intentionality, ready to write another chapter in his life story. The man is finally awake, living in the fullness of time, one day at a time. His life is a testament to the power of a single, well-lived, and purposeful day.